And we're back. This is the Awesome Life Podcast, episode 80. 4-1, baby.
Yeah,
We back.
back here with Chili.
Mr. Phoenix.
Let's go, dog. Well, there were some technical difficulties.
We did 20 minutes of this fucking podcast with no sound.
Damn.
Zero sound.
Yep, it happens.
Yeah. It's
Like rookies, dog. Like rookies. Speaking of rookies, though, your boy's on IR.
Devon A. Chain, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. What's
sure
crazy is the injury didn't have, it's like he doesn't know when it happened. He played on that same injury and then woke up the next day and his knee was fucked.
Really?
Yeah, so that's weird. Usually you stop running after you hurt it.
Oh, he's gonna miss the Chiefs game, huh?
Not necessarily. Oh no, we put him on IR.
So that's 4 weeks. The last one is the Chiefs game, I think.
And then he'll come back after bye week.
That's not gonna affect you just too much because Raheem is a very competent back.
Yeah. And we got some. I like our other backs too. I think I picked them up on picked them up in fantasy.
They got a lot of firepower on that offense. What was I gonna say?
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I'm staring at the same corner I was for the thumbnail. When it's all said and done, who will have the better receiving career? Travis Kelce or Tyreek Hill?
Well, Tyreek Hill won't be number one all time in his.
He won't be known as the GOAT at his position, which is fair. Well, I mean, but that's
a lot of people think Kelce is the GOAT in his
right now. If you never played another snap.
I disagree with it, but he's close. He's close.
And where would you have him?
He's on the Mount Rushmore. I don't know
in what play. So obviously you're going to say Gronk. You think is the GOAT?
No.
Really?
No.
Tony Gonzalez?
Between him and Antonio Gates.
Antonio Gates is very, very underrated because I've been a fan of the Chiefs for a long time. Which means I have known about the AFC West for a long time. That dude and LT were the combination of nightmares. Nightmares, bro.
Yeah. Shit, LT was throwing touchdowns to Antonio Gates. So hold on. All-time tight end leaders. All-time tight end.
It's going to be Tony Gonzalez in yards, receptions, and probably touchdowns as well.
So Tony Gonzalez got 15,000 yards. Witten's got 13,000.
Jason Witten's very good as well.
I wouldn't put him up there. He didn't he was consistent.
That's very good. Not on the realm.
He didn't scare people
but very good longevity.
Very, very good. And played on very good teams.
Mm-hmm.
Gates has 11-8. Kelce has 10-6.
So Kelce's next already.
Yeah, next already. He's above Sharp and Gronkowski.
Yeah.
Well, where Gronkowski has an advantage
is touchdowns.
Touchdowns, yeah.
But and I think he still has more than Kelce as of right now. But Kelce's getting pretty close.
He's 20 away. Kelce's
only 20 away?
Only 20
away.
Wow,
that's crazy. I mean, that's 2 seasons worth. But that's crazy because that just shows you that. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Gronk. Gronk would still be playing if he didn't have
those injuries.
Mm-hmm. That's part of it.
But Gronk did it in way less receptions, and he still got 9,200.
Kelce has him in yards. Gronk has him in touchdowns.
Correct. And Kelce has him in receptions too.
Yeah.
But they're pretty close in games played. Kelce has 148 and Gronk has 143. So I mean.
So
they're close.
Again, Kelce has them in yards. Gronk has them in touchdowns.
But check this out. Antonio Gates has 116 TDs.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Tony Gonzalez has 111.
It's a lot as well. Yeah. But that's longevity as well.
Yeah, no, Antonio Gates, he played on a prolific offense. He had a competent quarterback his entire career. Not one that was going to get him to the Super Bowl, but Phillip Rivers is one of the best regular season quarterbacks for a long stretch, consistent.
And as far as did you know that Mahomes and Kelsey are they're one touchdown away and two touchdowns away from breaking the record most playoff touchdowns between a duo.
Did not know that.
Montana and Rice are the only one who have more. And Kelsey got a touchdown from Chad Henne in the playoffs last year because Mahomes was injured. So that would have been, I mean, in theory that would have been tied already, and then this year they would break it. But I think they'll connect two this year, and I think they'll break that for the most touchdowns of a duo all time in playoff history. But back to the original question: Kelsey or Reek?
Who's gonna have a better career?
So I think there's two different ways that you can look at it.
Tyreek's never gonna be the GOAT in his position.
Sure, but
Kelsey will be.
I'm just saying if you line them both up as pass catchers, receivers, because yes, Travis Kelsey is a tight end, but he catches the ball, and that's where his value is. Just like where Tyreek's value is catching the ball.
Is what Tyreek can do after the catch that makes him so deadly.
Yes, but I also disagree because what he does before the catch is burn motherfuckers, get wide open, and catch a Hail Mary.
Yeah. But he also fucking will make someone miss and take it to the
again, it's different vibes because Kelsey can also burn. He burned Jalen Ramsey last year. Just made him look like a clown. He got him in the end zone. But Kelsey will also, get the contact, another 5 yards in the touchdown. Tyreek, not very much of a bounce off contact guy, but you can't bounce off contact if you don't get caught.
Yeah.
So
he's small, but he's really not small. Like he's proportionate to he's big for his size.
He's not quite as thick as he was when he first entered. Because he was originally like a running back, returner.
He definitely got leaner.
But that's not a bad thing for what his position needs. The other thing where I'll give props to Tyreek is he was not a wide receiver coming into the league, like a refined wide receiver. He was developed into that. He was a track star. He just ran fast, and that's all he really had to do.
He's an athlete.
About his third or fourth season in Kansas City is where he actually got refined. Where all of a sudden, this dude can make catches. He can tap his toe in. So as far as an offensive weapon, what strikes the most fear into you? Yeah, probably Tyreek Hill. That being said, Kelsey's just unguardable. I mean, they're very similar, but in very different ways. So I have a hard time almost answering that question too, because I want to say Travis Kelsey, but then I'm also like, well, you can't catch what you can't touch, and you can't touch Tyreek. And I want to like Tyreek, but he'd be talking too reckless, bro.
He'd be talking the truth.
No, he don't, bro. He'd be talking for views, bro. He'd be talking out of his straight ass on some hater shit.
So tell me what he said. I was hater.
Well, it's been
okay. I'll be honest with you.
So number one, I mean, dude, it's the whole collective, bro. As soon as he left Kansas City, right? And keep in mind, we traded him. We could have given him money. We decided, hey, we don't one way or another. We'll miss you. We don't need you. So we traded him. He's salty about that. He clearly is because he's still talking about us. No one in Kansas City is still talking about Tyreek. Tyreek's still talking about Kansas City. So what he said most recently was that he goes
right now.
I am, but that's because he's talking to us. Like I said, I want to like him because of everything he did in Kansas City and the player that he is. So most recently he said on his podcast, he's like, man, I'm not going to lie. Chiefs got bailed out of that last game just like they got bailed out of the Super Bowl last year.
Okay. He did.
No, he didn't. A holding is a holding. You get called on a holding, and that's a holding. The guy, I forgot the defensive back, after the game said, that's on me, that was a holding. And then you see that entire play and you go, wait, which holding? The holding up here or the holding down here? So holding's holding. And the ball doesn't have to be in the vicinity for a holding call to get called either. So number one, so that's solid because again, it's neither here nor there. You can have that opinion. It's wrong, but you can have it for sure. But the point is, he's talking about it. So he's saying, all right, we got bailed out. Originally, he's like, all right, who's the more accurate thrower of the ball, Mahomes or Tua? He goes, Tua all day, man. Okay.
Okay.
So, hold on.
What did he do? What did he do last year,
bro?
What did he do last year? I'm asking you what he did last year.
Tua?
Yeah. What did he do?
He did a lot of things. He missed games.
Okay.
He missed a lot. He missed 4 or 5 games.
I'm talking about accuracy.
Yeah, he was accurate. Sure.
Yeah. So what did he say was cap?
There's way more that goes into that. Number one, it's the way that he says it. If he's talking purely,
he never said that Tua is a better quarterback.
He goes, man, Tua's way more accurate. Tua's not way more accurate.
He's the most accurate quarterback in football.
Tua, and last year, sure. Again, when you only play 10 games and you have a very good season, he had a very good season.
He still had 25 touchdowns and 3,500 passing yards.
Like I said, he played with 8
interceptions.
He played very good, and in fact, Tua. I think it's interesting because Tua is like second on MVP right now. Mahomes is first. I'm like, damn. Well, that just shows you what people think about Mahomes. He's having arguably statistically his worst season so far, and they're still saying he's going to take the MVP.
They just can't let go.
The point is that. And there's been more stuff here and there as well. Tyreek has been some of the comments he made about Mahomes' brother too, and no one likes Mahomes' brother. It's neither here nor there.
Really,
but he just still be talking, bro. Okay. And he's salty. He's salty because they dished him out, sent his ass to Miami. We could have sent your ass to New York. You'd be thankful. Sent your ass to.
Actually, he wanted to go to New York.
No, but he decided on Miami because of the tax. Saved him a couple million right there.
Yeah.
So we sent his ass to Miami, and then we won a Super Bowl. We lost the most explosive weapon in the NFL,
and props
we won
to really good coaching and a really good quarterback,
and won the Super Bowl right after. Yeah. So I want to like Tyreek, bro, but he's talking too much, bro, and he needs to keep your name out my mouth.
Yo, listen.
Keep my team's name out your mouth. And then otherwise everyone in Kansas City would still like him.
Yo. Tua, through 5 games, is averaging a league high 9.7 yards per attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy Patty Mahomes is only at 7.
That's fine.
Okay? Patty Mahomes has 184 attempts. Tua has 166. Tua's completion percentage is 71.7%. Patty Mahomes is 66.8.
Mm-hmm.
Tua's at 1614 passing yards. Patrick Mahomes is at 1287.
1614?
Yards.
1600. I gotcha.
Touchdowns. Tua's at 11. And Patrick Mahomes at 10.
Okay.
Tua has one more pick than Patrick Mahomes. He has 5.
It's neither here nor there.
Patrick Mahomes has 4.
Okay. What's your point?
We're getting that. Quarterback rating, 111.9 for Tua, 96 for Patrick Mahomes. Why in the fuck? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is he ranked higher on the MVP rating than Tua?
No, I agree. I agree with that, actually.
Let me give you another metric. Motherfucker, 12 touchdowns have gone to running backs. Actually, it's more than that because we got
Tua, or
I'm talking about.
You're saying like rushing touchdowns. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Raheem Mostert has 7, and Achane has 5.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't matter because
we're a balanced team. We're running and passing.
Don't act like running backs on the Chiefs have touchdowns too. It's just I get what you're saying in the sense that you're saying, well, if those rushing touchdowns were passing touchdowns, but that's just not how it is.
No, but I'm saying what I'm trying to tell you is he's still top in all those categories.
It's because they have the best. It's because they have the best offense right now.
Yeah, they're balanced.
Overall, and their line has improved from last year, so that your boy won't get killed, which is a big thing. But I mean, I agree that Tua, as of right now, should be ahead of Mahomes in the
MVP.
Yeah, because that's
same record.
Because it's the best quarterback on the best team wins that award. So right now, sure. Again, that's fine. I don't
hang the banner.
I don't think it's going to stay like that the entire season. But the reason why, as well, is because Mahomes has 2 of those things already. He's got 2 of them Super Bowls. So they're in their minds are like, okay. The other thing is that Mahomes, this is cleaned out the wide receivers from last year's. This is a new receiving core. Tua is comfortable in the offense that they've been building for the last couple of years. So as far
last year, not a couple of years.
Yeah,
the year before, completely different offense.
Not all they still had Waddle. I understand.
No. Bro, the system.
They had 2 in Waddle, and wasn't you're telling me Mike McDaniels came in last year?
Yes, he's a rookie.
Oh, okay, all right,
yeah,
fair enough. Okay, so then last year, so they're building on something that they already had established. Chiefs basically wiped it, and not completely wiped it, but as far as wide receivers go, there's not a besides for the last part of the year like Kadarius Toney, who's been
kind of off topic.
Okay, maybe sometimes.
How's your boy Eric Bieniemy doing
with Washington? I think solid.
Oh, so that's who he went to.
Yeah. So what's funny about that is that like the first 2 weeks, there was a graphic that was shown, and it was like the Chiefs' offense with Bieniemy, and then the Commanders with Bieniemy, and it was like the Chiefs were like first last year, and then 9th this year, and Washington was 24th, and then 4th. So then giving high praise to Bieniemy, which I think deserves.
They got stomped.
Then they got stomped, and then the Chiefs stomped the Bears, and then those things flipped. So I wish I like Eric Bieniemy, man. I do wish Kansas City still had him, in the sense that that's
the wait for another offensive coordinator because he can actually run the offense instead of
it's coming. Ron Rivera is slowly out the door. Man's had to deal with cancer. He's been through a lot. Ron Rivera's slowly out the door at this point. So then they're saying, okay, because they gave him assistant head coach / offensive coordinator. Say whatever you will about it. That is a promotion technically. And Reed could probably coach another 4 or 5 years at most. And Bieniemy's not taking his job. It's just plain and simple. Reed is the better coach. But I will say, I do think it's fucked up that Bieniemy never got a head coaching job before that. Not that I was mad at it because he stayed with Kansas City. But, I mean, you look across the league and some of the bum teams, and here's an offensive coordinator that is fucking proven. And so if you want to say that the teams had some bias, some racism in them, I wouldn't necessarily disagree because otherwise.
Speaking of racism,
we already talked about that.
No, we didn't. That was in the first.
We already talked about that.
That's the one we fucked up.
It was coincidence.
This motherfucker bought me a LaCroix watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck do you think he did that?
It was the first one I saw. You asked for a Fresca. Didn't have Fresca, so I saw. Oh, he likes LaCroix. Yeah. I'm gonna be a good friend, and I'm gonna buy. He said that nigga likes. No, I know. I never said that.
Well, not out loud, but in his head. In fact, like watermelon. I can get this motherfucker. We had fried chicken today, so let's get this motherfucker some watermelon.
We did have fried chicken today. That is true.
Fire.
That's true. But I didn't even notice that until we were sitting right here. And you wouldn't even fucking known that if I didn't point it out. You would have just enjoyed the LaCroix. That's fun though. But Tyreek Hill just needs to keep his mouth shut.
He'll be all right.
He's going to have his worst game of the season against Kansas City.
So, did we talk about tight ends on this podcast or the one we fucked up?
We were just talking about that just now.
Yeah. Oh, you know what haven't talked about? Jamal Charles. We had a good little debate about Jamal Charles making a Super Bowl.
No,
and that's a little Hall of Fame.
And he is a Hall of Famer. Absolutely.
He will not be.
He should be.
I get it. You love him.
It's not just about love, bro. That dude was just plain and simply different. When he was in the league at his prime, he was the best running back.
Let's see.
He was the best running back in the league.
Jamal Charles.
Because you were saying something like he's not 20th or higher all time on the rushing yards. Well, you don't have to be to make the Hall of Fame,
bro.
There is not direct criteria to make the Hall of Fame.
I'll give you one thing he did pretty good. He's got 65 touchdowns. That's really good.
In how many seasons? Fuck the last season with Denver.
11 seasons. Yeah. But still, that's not enough.
With torn two torn ACLs.
He has 7,500 yards, which is
rushing or rushing.
Rushing, and he has 2,500. So I give him, he cracked 10,000 total yards. So that's impressive, and he has 65 touchdowns. But there's so many people on the list ahead of him that may not even get in either, and they have better stats.
He's not first ballot, but in a couple of years he. No, if they did anyone,
he's gonna be like Randy Gradishar, just waiting to get in.
That's different. And Gradishar should be in the Hall of Fame, but that's different, bro. That's a completely different era. Like, unfortunately, that just wasn't the right era for Randy. If Randy was the all-time leading tackler in Broncos history, and he did that in modern day, easily a Hall of Famer. And he would have made millions upon millions upon millions. So
like LaShawn McCoy has 11,000 rushing yards and 73 touchdowns. He'll never make it.
I think Shady should.
He's really good running back. Really good running back. The bulk of his yards came.
I mean, if Derrick Henry doesn't play a single more game, is he in the Hall of Fame?
He's not.
I don't know. See, that's where I disagree because people, dude, the average lifespan of a running back in the NFL is like 5 or 6 years. So when you're talking about those outliers who do play for 10 plus years at the running back position, that's completely different.
So what I'll give Henry, the reason why he might have a shot at it is he has 80 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
He's only played since 2016. So what is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 seasons. Okay. Eight seasons. So he's averaging 10 touchdowns a season. And then he's got a 2,000-yard season, which that means
impressive. Something. There's only been like 6 or 7
running backs. And then he's got the rushing title. He's got back-to-back rushing titles, 2018, 2019. Or no, 2019, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why he has a case. But he needs a crack. I think he needs 20 more touchdowns and 12,000 rushing yards in total. First ballot.
The first ballot, sure, but you could make the argument Derrick Henry's already a Hall of Famer, and I would.
He's had one of the best seasons ever.
I'd listen to it, and yeah. So Jamal Charles. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Eye test has something to do with it. How spectacular were they when they were playing?
Jamal Charles. Healthy Jamal Charles is sick.
He's. I mean, again, besides the very tip of the very cream of the crop.
Imagine if Mahomes had.
Trust me, I think about that every other day. Believe me, I think about that every other day. But they got Pacheco, 7th round running back, second year, who he's at least a hard runner, bro. He runs every rush
quick, like it's quick. He's small. He's shifty.
So, but anyway, Germany. Who wins? Straight up.
Dolphins.
I disagree. I don't think. I think the
really
Dolphins. And that's for the first time in the last since Mahomes started. Easily. So
they've played they've played this good before in the playoffs.
Correct.
But in the regular season, they never show up like this.
So because a couple things. One, I think they can get pressure on Tua.
That's key.
Chris Jones, but not just Chris Jones. Steve Spags has a pretty good. He's pretty good at cooking up game plans on the defensive side of the ball. Most points they've allowed this year is 20. I think Miami scores more, but if they hold Miami to 20, the Chiefs win that game. Just plain and simple. So the Chiefs are better on the defensive side of the ball. Miami's better on the offensive side of the ball. And again, I think where the discrepancy is like people look at that 70-point game, which is just completely, it's outlandish. It's fucking.
But Tua only threw 2 touchdowns in that game, or 3 touchdowns.
What's your point in saying that? They scored 70. Who gives a fuck if he scored if he threw no touchdowns and they scored 7 rushing? It's all the same at the end of the day. And so my thing is, I think the Dolphins put up mid-20s, and I think the Chiefs put up high 20s. 27-24 is probably how I have that game going, with Kansas City kicking a game-winning field goal. And the one thing that I'll say is I don't know if Tua has quite proven the clutch factor. He's a very good quarterback.
He's had game-winning drives. He's had at least 3 or 4.
Okay, only 3 or 4. 3 or 4.
I mean, how many opportunities has he had? He's blowing out fucking teams. There's no.
I get that, but in close games, in very close games,
like against the Bills, that Cole game, we went down and scored a touchdown, and took the lead. Our defense couldn't stop Josh Allen. That's not Tua's fault. No. Tua did his part.
I get that, but
Tua did his part.
That's part of the shit, bro. In 2018, Mahomes in the AFC Championship game, number one, game could have been ended if D Ford wasn't offsides. That's it. Brady threw a pick, done. Off of Gronk's hands. Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. I'm hugging my dabs. Nope. Fucking offsides. That's part of it. Brady scores. 30 seconds left. Mahomes' first year drives him down, gets the game time field goal. Never sees the ball again. So that's part of it, bro. That's just
I'm just saying, like, clutch. I don't think clutch factor.
It matters, bro. It matters more in the playoffs too.
He hasn't played the playoff game. So
what I'm saying is we don't know
exactly, but he was clutch against Los Angeles Chargers this year.
Game-winning touchdown in the last minutes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we got one.
We got one this season.
We got one.
One this
season. You know what I mean? And so
we've been blowing motherfuckers out.
I get it. If you win every game, well, it is his fault. If you win every game, by 20, you don't have to score game-winning touchdowns. I get that. But what I'm saying is that
that's Dak's problem. He can't either.
We don't know clutch factor. We don't know Miami's defense, and then
it's going to be what up?
It's going to be sweet bliss. When Tyreek lets one of those passes go right off his hands and into Trent McDuffie, pick 6, let's go.
All right. A wise man once
27-24 Kansas.
A wise man once said that, well, to give you context, you're going to respect the Dolphins. But a wise man once said, he's kind of a clown, but he said, you don't respect nobody until they give them 40. So
that's a wise man. You think a wise?
I said he's kind of a fool.
I wouldn't say wise.
It was more of a joke.
A man said that.
I said he's kind of a fool.
You don't respect no one until they give you
40. So Dolphins gonna hang 40 on them. But not to say y'all ain't gonna do 30 on us.
40.
I think it's bold. I think it's
that's
gonna be
a bold
I think
prediction.
it's gonna be a really high scoring game.
I disagree. They're coming off of a complete 8-hour time zone change. It's not. There's no Jacksonville. Both teams are coming right off of it.
We'll be all right.
We'll
be all right.
It's too big of a stage for them. It's too big of a stage for them boys.
No.
It is, bro. Kelsey Mahomes, Andy Reid. All they've done is
Schnitzel.
But
live from Germany,
dude. Again, the Chiefs corners too is crazy. I'm so used to Chiefs corners getting burned all game long. No, McDuffie and Snead, Brian Cook and fucking Justin Reed, Justin Jefferson didn't do shit. I could bring up the list. I will bring out the list.
I think you guys are gonna dodge the bullet because word on the street is Jalen Ramsey is like very close to return, but I don't think they're gonna rush him. I think
let him. Put him on Travis Kelce.
I think they're gonna bring him back for after the bye. I think that's a smart thing. But let me ask you a question: If Miami beats not only you in Philly, What do you think? What do you think?
Well, if they beat us and Philly, they'd be the best team in the AFC.
Still wouldn't give them over San Fran.
It depends on what San Fran does. But no, because San Fran's gone to at least deep in the playoffs every single year for the last however many years. So I put if San Francisco lost a game that they should have won, then I might consider them as the top team in the NFL. Otherwise, I'd still have San Francisco. But if they beat both Kansas City and Philadelphia,
so do you think San Francisco is better than the Chiefs right now?
Yeah, I do. I think Philly's slightly better as of right now as well, and it's just simply because the Chiefs haven't figured out their wide receiving.
Last three games, the Eagles have put up 400. He's put up 400 yards. I think.
Who?
Jalen Hurts.
In all of his last 4 games?
Yeah, last 4 games. I think that's what I heard. Or it might be a combination of
maybe. I mean, they squeaked a win out of Washington. Barely beat the Patriots. So they have questions. Real quick. All right. So the week 1 against Detroit, Chiefs held St. Brown to his lowest 7.9 yards per target, lowest of the season. Ridley versus KC, 4.4 yards per target. St. Brown?
Yeah.
You got 1. Ridley did not score a touchdown, 4 yards a target. DJ Moore didn't score a touchdown, 6.8 yards a touchdown. Garrett Wilson he didn't score a touchdown either, 4.3 yards. And then Jefferson, 4.7. And so, you can argue the rest of Jefferson was the best wide receiver in the league. Tyreek, he's getting bullied in that game, bro. The other thing he was talking about, bro, on Twitter, trying to say that he could get in the trenches, bro. Talking to Chris Jones, all reckless, bro. He said he's gonna come on a what do they call it, a crack block, when the defensive end, the wide receiver hits him and then goes around. He said he's gonna crack Chris Jones, bro. Chris Jones would kill this fool, bro. Kill him. Bro, Chris Jones was bit on Kelsey's podcast. He's like, dude, I would slaughter this fool. If you're talking in the trenches, I don't care how fast Tyreek is. If both of those run full speed, Tyreek is getting slaughtered. I still have love for Tyreek.
You guys can nullify the cheetah, but if you do, well, our offense, and I'm not even just talking Waddle. Waddle's the big play threat, but we have a bunch of competent receivers.
1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
We got one of the best linebacking crews. Nick Moulton, Willie Gay have a very solid defensive line across all the way around.
Yeah.
We have top 5 cornerbacks in the league, bro. It's going to be a very good game. The only thing I'm like, damn, Andy Reid just has to come out with a stellar game plan. And Kelsey needs to be involved. If you're going to try to take away Kelsey, they'll have some success. Others they won't. They need one wide receiver, just one, to step up in that game and fucking, whether it's Rashid Rice, dude, Sky Moore, Tony, bro, I don't give a shit. Justin Watson, bro, I don't know if you know anything about Justin Watson. He's actually, so far, he's their best wide receiver. He can actually catch a deep ball.
Rashid.
Right. He's the rookie. He's been playing
He has
good
yards.
I think Justin Watson does, actually.
I don't know. I was watching the start and sit. I watched start and sit videos for fantasy football, and that's what they said. About
Rice?
Because they break it down to each game, and they tell you who you should play, and like you said, still not to play any of them. The only Chief to play is Kelsey and maybe Isaiah Pacheco. That's it.
And Mahomes, obviously.
I got a fun fact for you.
You want to know how the Mortal Kombat's going?
Sure.
Yeah, come on over.
So here it is.
On a piece of mail.
Of course, it's on a piece of mail. So, on the Mortal Kombat World Series that has passed game, it is now on to Game 7. Game 1 goes to Trevor. Game 2 goes to Trevor. Game 3 to Marshall. Series 2-1. Game 4 goes to Trevor. 3-1. Ooh. We are primed for Game 7.
Hey, wait up.
5-6. So 3-3. The thing is that Trevor's only using his smoke, and Marshall's used Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and now his best, Liu Kang.
We got to watch this. So we did say we're going to do a short version.
Yeah.
But I got a fun fact for you. Do you know how many times this season the Dolphins offense has done over 500 yards?
How many this season?
Yeah.
Total
yards
in the 5 games played?
Yeah.
2 or 3?
3. Do you know how many the rest of the league has done?
500-yard games?
500-yard games.
3? 0? Really? 500 yards is a lot.
It is.
It's a lot. At the end of the day.
Yeah, we got a 700-yard game.
At the end of the day, W's are W's and L's are L's.
Hey, we're 4-1, bro. I like where we're at.
Just like us. Yeah. Again, if we had.
Ours look better.
Well, that's okay.
Hey,
that's how it's been, dude. Again,
you guys suck against the spread, but you guys win.
Yeah, that's how it is. And winning games, especially in the playoffs, that's where we don't know about Miami because they haven't won a playoff game in
20 years.
Yeah,
well, more than 20 years.
Yeah. So that's what it'll come down to. It's cold in the playoffs, dog. Cold, vicious.
So
experience matters.
Here's the thing. He thinks that we're going to be playing in a cold environment.
It's cold in Kansas City come January, bro.
We ain't playing in Kansas City.
It's cold in Kansas City.
We ain't playing in Kansas City.
No.
We gonna have 2 games on you.
It's cold, bro.
2 games on you. We getting a bye. No more Andy Reid undefeated after a bye.
He's not undefeated, but he's very, very, very good after a bye.
Okay, well.
And he's very good to start the season. They did lose the first game, but that's okay. Ain't no trash, dog.
Give me a reason.
Which one? The first or the second one?
Both.
Which one do you want? You want both of them?
Yeah.
Shit, you want the first one? Get it from Tyreek, bro. Ask Tyreek what logo's on his Super Bowl ring. So
right, he's gonna have one. He's gonna have a little ee on the other one.
Dude, just tell Tyreek to stop talking reckless, and then there's no problem. Then I could even root for Miami, bro, because I don't have no beef against anyone else.
You do root for Miami.
Yeah, well,
minus against your team.
Well, I would say this because I don't
beat the Bills.
Yeah, correct, because that benefited me.
I know you put money on it.
Exactly, and then of course they didn't beat the Bills. So that's what I need to do on the Chiefs game is just throw a 10 on Miami, and then it's in the bag. Because whenever I need a team to fucking provide in either fantasy or in my wallet, they're nowhere to be found. They take the week off. So we'll see. It's a fun season though. Season.
Anyways, boys and girls, with that Awesome Life podcast, we're gonna get some new guests on. Some shout out to I think Sasha. Sasha is going to get on there. We're going to get Graham on the podcast. Yeah. We're going to get some return guests.
Yep. We'll get back on it. Yeah. Once a week at least. Yeah. So
we got to get consistent. But thank you for rocking with us. I want to say, I said it already, but that podcast, we had the leak and no sound.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to my mama. Rest in peace. Love you.
Many blessings.
Yeah. Mr. Phoenix.
Your chili dog is getting out of this bitch.
We out. We out. We out. And tune in, turn up.